Coming to you live from the rinks in Oppog, you're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. Sachem taking on East Islip in the developmental level to get us kicked off here on the south side. Ryan Brannigan joined alongside producer cameraman Wally Mitchells. That puck played through the slot area. East Islip can clear. These two teams familiar with one another. Played twice already this season. Two very different games. 8-7 Sachem win. That was back on October 25th. Then December the 10th, Sachem took it to them 10-0. Sachem this season 15-0, but wait, they've got a tie. That's a recent development. Recently, a couple days ago, February the 9th, on Monday, a 0-0 tie against Northport Huntington as Ivers takes a shot, just goes wide, ramped off the stick of Collins. Poked up the far boards by Head. Pardon me, it's Zub. Zub on the backhand, one of the leading scorers in the entire division. Try to feed it out for Lovergene, the other big-time scorer this season for Sachem. Big part of why they are 15-0-1. Can't clear the zone. Montori feeds the front of the net, just missed the stick of Walton. Kylie Russo backhands to Zoobs. Got Lovergene to the right. Zoobs shot off a stick and out of play. Little over 2 minutes, 30 seconds gone by here, first period. No score between Sachem and East Islip. And the only blemish on Sachem's perfect resume this season, that tie against Northport Huntington. East Islip. The long shot blocker save made by Amarada. Santino Amarada getting the start in net for Sachem. On the other side, Declan Grieve. There's a stoppage in play. East Islip this season with a record of 5-8-1-1. They have one tie and one overtime loss this year, good for 5th place. But a ways back from 4th place, West Islip. Offensive zone draw here for Sachem. Finnemore trying to get to it, does. Plays it back to the point. Atkins, who appeared in the freshman/developmental league all-star game this year for Sachem, banks one ahead for Finnemore. Finnemore to Beltram. Beltram surviving stick checks from Sepulveda. Put it to the front of the net, and Connor Ivers scoots it away. Ivers picks up the loose puck. Makes his way over the red, over the blue. Connor Ivers, the leading scorer for East Islip DVL this season. This shot denied by Amarada. Rebound kicks out in front. Another chance denied, Amarada. Ivers, 24 goals, 10 assists, 34 points. Second most on the team, James Penny has 20. Finnemore with Beltram. Gets it across through the stick of Beltram. So we hit 3 minutes gone by here, first period, no score between EI and Sachem. Two teams with very deep programs, very promising pipelines to fuel their varsity teams for years to come. Neither varsity team going to accomplish their ultimate goal this season of a championship. Both falling in the quarterfinals. Northport Huntington took out EI emphatically, while Sachem lost in overtime to KPC in an upset victory for the Knights. The varsity season concludes tonight. Game 3 against St. Anthony's and Smithtown Hop Hog. Yet again, it'll either be a back-to-back championship for the Friars or 2 out of 3 years for the Bulls. Rodriguez lays a check on Walton near boards. Plays it to the front of the net. Irizarry couldn't get a shot through. And Sachem cleared out of the zone. East Islip coming off a wild 9-7 loss to KPC in a very exciting back and forth affair. Each team led it at various points in the game. East Islip falling just short. Sepulveda steps through. Glove save made. Amarada. And that's been something Sachem has had over these last few years that looks to be a continuing trend, and that's great goaltending. And it starts here in the developmental level, and Santino Amarada snagging that glove save, he and his goaltending mate Skillman. Big part of why Sachem don't have a loss this season. Henn rips it in, cross corner, wraps around for Collins. Collins tries to center to Finnemore. Plays it down the board. Sepulveda, Henn there to greet him. Henn lost it. Sepulveda tries to skate out. Backhands one ahead. It's cut off. Good play by Liam Ryan. And Ryan will send in from the red line. And didn't quite get there, the linesman will say. Icing against Sachem. 9:51 to go first period. East Islip's last win came back on January 24th, not that long ago. A 6-3 win against Northport Huntington. And that the very team Sachem had trouble with this season. Prior to the tie on Monday, 2 one-goal wins for Sachem against Northport Huntington. Here's a chance potentially for Henn. Henn does get the puck in the zone, looks to track back to it. Collins follows up. He's knocked to the ice by Sepulveda. Flanagan will try to send it up the near boards, and will onto the tape of Walton. Walton with room in front of him. Good stick by Atkins. Walton tracks back to it, flips it down the boards. Jesse Atkins back on it for the red, black, and gold. Chiefs dump right back in. Atkins trying to flip out that far side with the help of Henn, and now Collins. It eventually does escape the zone. Finnemore looking to go to work on James Penny. Penny prevails with the puck. Tries to flip it up the near side. Plays catch with Cusack. In comes Penny, sticked away. Great defensive play by Atkins, who goes down to the ice hard. Fosso, look out. Played it right in front of the net. Lucky that didn't redirect into the potentially the back of the net. Amarada was there. Zub through a defender. Schmalacher. Zub backhands to the front of the net off the side of the net. Puck still available in behind the East Islip cage. Rao, chance for Russo, turned aside. Back up top, McCarthy. Wrist shot. Never mind, he was playing it down the boards for Russo. That went just wide. McCarthy. Right back down and around. Zub will pick it up in the near corner. Zub pressured by Penny. Ivers as well swoops over. Zub still with it. Banks it back to Rodriguez. Tees up the wrister low. Deflected. Loose in front. They can't put it home. McCarthy. Pardon me, that's Lovergene. Back to McCarthy. Once again, look to reset the cycle. Putting it down and around. East Islip fire it out of the zone. And it will be an icing against the Chiefs. Good shift there for Sachem. I mentioned Zub and Lovergene off the start, as well as Atkins. Jackson Zub, 42 points, 23 goals, 19 assists, and 16 games played. Lovergene has 37 points, 26 goals, 11 assists through 16 games played. Atkins, for what it's worth, 17 Genos, 8 apples. It's goals and assists in hockey slang for you fine folks at home. Ivers steps through, wrists a shot, fought off by Amarada. Great look there by Connor Ivers. Finnemore gets through the defender. Sepulveda takes a shot, a save made by Grieve. And Sachem 11 points clear of second place KPC and third place Northport Huntington. They each have 20. So that shot, save made. Rebound in front. Beltram ripped it just wide. Sepulveda looks to skate it out of the zone, and will with speed. Sepulveda to go ahead to Patrick Penny. Swept away by Ianni. Off the bench. Sachem trying to get it right back out. Instead, it's Patrick Penny. Penny, wrist shot. Blocker save made. There by Amarada. Was probably going wide. No pounce on the loose puck in around the crease area. Now Walton giving a shove there to Sachem's Liam Besendorfer. Besendorfer coming in mid-season onto the team, has 3 points in 4 games played for the club. Atkins rolling up the far side. Jesse Atkins. Schmalacher there with him, step for step. Atkins now pulls away, wrists a shot on, save made by Grieve, and he'll drop down to cover. Zub and Lovergene, the top 2 leading scorers in the entire developmental division. And Ivers is 4th most and is tied for the 2nd most goals with Northport Huntington's Giovanni DeMarco. East Islip iced the puck here. 5:55 to go in the first period. No score between Sachem and East Islip. Listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network. About a minute or so. Game going on the North Rink. A freshman matchup between Longwood and Connecticut Sayville gets underway. Kevin Broderick on the call there. He and I will be the crew for tonight's winner-take-all varsity matchup. As that shot goes wide, and speaking of the devil, here is Kevin. Making an appearance quickly over on the South Rink. Excited for tonight, Kevin? Oh, yes, says Kevin. Non-verbally, of course. Turnover at the line. Collins shot low, is handled by Grieve. East Islip's JV team will be in action as part of the second game on the South Side tonight against Smithtown Hauppauge JV Red. JV Red, Smithtown Hauppauge. They also one of the best pipelines in the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. A low shot by McCarthy. He's loose in the slot, and would it go? It somehow stays out. Oh my! Grieve, with a little help from his friends, keeps the puck out of the net. And now McCarthy wide. He doesn't have a stick either. Rodriguez toward the front of the net, swept away. Back to McCarthy. McCarthy keeps, settles, shoots, deflected, score! They would not be denied. Sachem strike first. It's 1-0.
Way to stick with it, boys.
Gonna set it better myself. Way to stick with it. Here's the shot. Save made, rebound loose. Oh my goodness, it's right there. Just put it in. Nope. Incredible acrobatic save from Grieve. It continued on and ultimately resulted in this. We're back to action. Nothing yet happening. And now something's happening, so I gotta duck out. Back to the game here, but that last goal belongs to McCarthy. McCarthy, his 6th of the season. East Islip handle in the zone. Second most amongst listed defensemen for Sachem. Atkins leads. A shot from Zub, a tricky hard wrister. Great glove save made by Grieve. And now the loose puck all the way down and cautiously playing it with the stick, Amarada. Sachem trying to break out. Zub applying the pressure to James Penny. Patrick Penny rolls in the zone. He gets knocked down to the ice. Flip right back in by Schmelacher. Montori putting pressure on McCarthy, who flips to the other side. Far side of the ice, Russo trying to backhand ahead for Zub. James Penny rips it right back in for EI. Approaching 3:30 remaining. First period. Zub. Smush to the boards by Penny of the James variety, and then James Penny gets lit up into the boards. Sachem are going to be shorthanded here. And they're going to get Mason Lovergene. Most goals in the entire developmental division. Leads Sachem with 26. Key cog of their penalty killing unit as well. Opportunity strikes here for East Islip to even up the score at 1 apiece. In the faceoff, Walton looking to play it. In behind the net, Ryan gets it ahead to Finnemore, who claps it down the ice. East Islip's power play a game ago, 25%. Sachem's penalty kill, perfect at 100% in their last time out. Ivers over the line onside. Walton going to the net. Montori showing his stick as a passing option. Gets it back to Penny. James Penny back to Ivers on a cross. Slap shot. Missed the net just wide. A good look there for James Penny as Montori has it in behind. Taken by Besendorfer, and he clears. At least as far as the red line. For James Penny, rips it back in. Over a minute gone by on the power play for EI. They trail Sachem by 1, looking for an equalizer. Sharp angle try from Ivers goes wide. Penny right back down and around. Besendorfer to pick up. Ivers, another slap shot, deflects just wide off the stick of Walton in front. Beltram stood up at the line by Penny, but mission accomplished, got the puck out of the zone. James Penny, offside, unable to drag that foot any longer, was Nico Walton. .25 seconds left on East Islip's first power play of the night. Face-off won and controlled by Sachem. The red, black, and gold clear it out. Only for a moment. Off a shin guard, and Cusack rips it right back in with 12 seconds to go on the player advantage. Atkins sweeping it on the far side ahead to Henn. Henn inside, outside, has some room ahead of him. Henn with Atkins going to the net. Flips it across to Atkins, who scores! As the penalty expires, Jesse Atkins doubles Sachem lead. It's 2-0. Is a beautiful play by Henn. Makes it all possible. Firing up that far side of the ice. Backhand sauce to the front of the net, and Atkins makes no mistake as he pots home goal number 18 of the year. That is most among defensemen in the Suffolk County High School Hockey Developmental League. A little over a minute remaining here in the first period. Sachem making the most of their opportunities. Getting some good saves from Amarada in the process. It's been a pretty evenly played first period. Irizarry rips a shot, blocked. Another shot off the ricochet goes wide. Another chance denied by Amarada. Stops the clock with 41 seconds left. Again, want to thank you all for tuning in to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. Be sure to hit subscribe as we inch our way closer to 12K subscribers here on YouTube. You can drop a like on the video too. Like seeing how many likes we get. Rodriguez off the boards. Ivers keeps in. 30 seconds to go in the period. Rodriguez in behind. Lost it to James Penny. Tries to center for Walton. Taken away by Zub. Jackson Zub with speed through neutral ice. To himself and in the near board. Zub out in front for Russo. Just missed. Kylie Russo without a goal this year. 2-on-1 EI. Ivers settles, goes down, and East Islip will go to the power play. Their second. Rodriguez took him down, diving, trying to make a play on the puck. I think he did get the puck, but he also got Connor Ivers in the process. It's a trip on Rodriguez with 1 second left to go in the period. So 1 second ticks off, and we hit the intermission. 2-0 Sachem after one. East Islip have basically an entire power play to start period number 2 to try to tear into the Sachem lead, but for now, it's Sachem 2, East Islip nothing. Listening here live on the LI Sports Network. Welcome back here to the Rinks and Hop Hog, listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. I mentioned the opportunity for East Islip to be on the power play at the end of that period will make that opportunity that much more richer, as they have a 2-player advantage for nearly an entire 2 minutes to start period number 2. Sachem have the benefit of clearing it immediately. Ivers into the zone. Ivers around the net, puts one out in front, and it just missed everyone's stick. Everyone. 3 sticks could have had it for East Islip. None of them did. Out of the zone. Right back here they come. No, just over. A little out of the reach of James Penny. Atkins rips it up the near side. Settled down by Walton. Now a shot from Ivers. Redirected off Atkins, sticking wide. Montori back to Penny. Again, 2-player advantage here for East Islip. A wrist shot goes wide. Ivers. East Islip need to get closer. They got to move up, converge there. Of course, they're all learning. It is the Developmental League after all. James Penny. 50 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Ivers over the line, onside. Takes a wrist shot. Blocker save made. Amarada tracked that puck beautifully. Backhanded along the far boards. Montori looking to come right back in. Hand to the good stick check. Backhands it to the line. Somehow kept in by James Penny. Penny with time and space. Wrist shot off the skate of Atkins. Irizarry to Ivers. Caught it on the backhand. Now forehand. Ivers shoots. Save Amurata. Rebound. Save Amurata. Another chance. The play is blown dead. No goal. No goal. And we've seen some excellent goaltending tonight from Santino Amurata. As you see there, the play gets blown dead. Tough break for Walton. .13:16 left to go in the second. 15 seconds left on the 5-on-3 advantage for East Islip. They're 0 for 1 on the power play tonight and are staring down being 0 for 3. This would be a big missed opportunity as that shot deflects wide off of Ragusa in front. Sachem kill it off. Zub out of the box, into the zone. Jackson Zub around Flanagan. Zub, a tough angled shot. He was looking top shelf, just missed. Back to Zub from Liam Ryan. Down and around for Beltram. Beltram lost it to Cusack. Cusack flips it ahead. Ragusa is on the varsity team. Ragusa here on the developmental squad for EI. Lovergene off the boards, out of the zone. Zub with a step. Out to cover, though, is Grieve, and he'll hang on to it. With 12:11 to go in the second period, Sachem still ahead 2-0. Credit their penalty killing unit and goaltender Amurata. Amurata this season, 309 GA, 309 goals against average, 10 wins, no losses. Puck just got by the stick of McCarthy, trying to keep in. Rodriguez looking to get it right back in the zone. Penny knocks down Collins. Rodriguez trying to go to himself on the far boards. Russo swept it ahead on the tape of Schmalacher. Ivers couldn't get around the stick of Collins. Schmalacher put it back in deep. McCarthy sending Montori into the boards. Held in far point by James Penny, but now Sachem can clear. Russo. Lead pass to Collins, then the Sachem captain flips into the zone. Ivers off the dasher and around. McCarthy stops it up at the near point. Reverses ice. Russo to Collins. Collins trying to get it back door to Ian. He could not. McCarthy sends it right back into the zone. We're a little over 4 minutes gone by, second period. Still 2-0 Sachem, looking to get their 16th win in 17 games of this developmental season. We saw something similar last year from East Islip as they went on quite the run at the developmental level in the regular season. I believe they had just one loss. Here's Beltram stepping through. Beltram going hard to the net, forced wide by Penny. The shot just missed. McCarthy ready a goal tonight. Sends one down and handled by Bustamante. Bustamante taking away at it. Back to Rodriguez. Rodriguez, a little flip in the direction of Bustamante. Ivers gets to it, rips around. McCarthy creates the puck with time and space at the near point and takes the shot, goes wide. Bustamante able to keep the cycle moving here for Sachem. Schmalacher in behind. Challenged by Brace. And Edward Brace plays it into the near corner. Beltram on the forecheck. McCarthy once again keeps in at the point. And now Rodriguez's turn to keep in. He does. Eventually, East Islip get the puck out. McCarthy right back in. And there's Beltram on his horse. Gets there first. Sent it up the near side, but McCarthy had gone to the bench for a change. Replaced by Atkins. Taps one in for Beltram. 9 minutes, 12 seconds to go here in the second period. Sachem up 2-0. Goals scored in this game by McCarthy. And another goal scored by Sachem, provided by Jesse Atkins. Both goals coming from defensemen. Face off to the right of Grieve. Up for grabs. Finnemore trying to chip at it. Sent ahead by Sepulveda. Here's a Penny with open ice ahead of him. Atkins quickly to erase said open ice. Henn. Little flip ahead, open for Collins. Collins now playing it into the zone. Battle in behind. Walton trying to play it out. Here's Ari, steps down. Returns it to Walton. Walton trying to break out. Lead pass for Penny too far. It'll be an icing on EI. 8:19 to go here in the second. Atkins does in fact lead all SCHSHL Developmental League defensemen in points this season with 25. Beltram takes a hit, makes a play. Zub buries it. 3-0 Sachem. But credit to Clark Beltram for making this possible, as he got blasted making this pass. But you'll exchange receiving a big hit for scoring a goal any day. Beltram to Zub, 3-0 Sachem. Beltram down the near boards. Unfazed by that check, he received, it goes in! Little pinball mania off of Schmalacher and past Grieve, and Sachem have scored two in a matter of seconds here in the second period. "11 seconds after Sachem made it 3-0, they make it 4-0. And Clark Beltram, the star of each. Zub gets the primary assist on the Beltram goal, returning the favor as Beltram assisted Zub just prior. Zub 44 points on the season, Beltram up to 23. East Islip carry it out. Penny. Good check there by McCarthy. Penny goes down. Rodriguez knocks it up the near boards. Pardon, the far boards. Ivers try to bank one along. Cut off. Schmalacher will get to it. Ianni, rather. Collins down the near boards. Will back one in behind. James Penny. Redirected out of the zone off the stick of Ragusio. Collins flips it ahead. Schmalacher knocked down by Cam Collins. Open ice here for Walton. The step on McCarthy. Walton shot goes wide. McCarthy closing that gap rather quickly. Walton still got a shot away, and now Walton knocks Rodriguez to the ice. Got the elbow up from my vantage point, and they're going to say roughing against Nico Walton. Sachem will go to their first power play of the night. Sachem power play listed at 100% as a shot by Atkins. Great pad save made by Grieve right at the start of this power play. Beltram flips across just by the stick of Atkins, but he's quick to keep in. Rifles it across. Walking is Fussa. The shot blocked. And East Islip clear the zone. Flanagan as well as Montori helping out with the clear. Atkins trying to roll right back in. Atkins does, shoots and scores! Second of the game for Jesse Atkins. It's a Sachem power play goal, 6-0. And my apologies, I had not added that fifth goal. Make it 6. That partially got the stick defensively, I believe, of Sepulveda. Just overpowers it. And Sachem leading by half a dozen this game, more reminiscent of their 10-0 defeat of East Islip than the 8-7 barn burner we got earlier this year. Hen flips in. And East Islip have had their offensive opportunities. Amarada on the other end of the ice has been great for Sachem, and they've been able to cash in on their chances that they have gotten. Collins, a wrist shot wide. And they've definitely had the better of the play territorially. I'd say following that 5-on-3 for East Islip to start the period. That must have been a big letdown for the Chiefs as Atkins just barely keeps this in the zone. Collins in the slot, blocked right off the leg of Penny. James. And now Penny checks Hen. Here's Atkins. Steps through a few. Atkins shot, fan on a rebound. That's also denied by Grieve. And we got a little scruff after the whistle. And my apologies. I did have the score right. It is 5-0 for Sachem, not 6. Ivers. Held in by Besendorfer. Besendorfer on defense with Liam Ryan as his partner. Zub knocked from his stick. Kept in by Liam Ryan. Skated out by Ivers. Ivers with speed into the zone. Cuts wide. Ivers still on the forehand. Swept one out in front. Sepulveda had to take it on the backhand. Got past his stick. Now here's Beltram with Zub behind him. Beltram swept it across, anticipating Zub to be there. He was not. Lovergene a rip off a stick and off the glass, stays in play on the opposite side of the ice. Beltram. Try to chip it to the front of the net. Handled now by Walton. Nico Walton. About 3 minutes to go in the period. Check from behind. Nice play. Stick check, that is. And a good poke. And defensive play made by Sachem. That puck redirects into the Sachem bench. 2:54 to go in the second period. And once again, my name's Ryan Brannigan. I'm joined alongside our cameraman, Wally Mitchell. Wally, fantastic guy. Even better cameraman. Really does it all for us here at LI Sports Network. The oil that keeps the gears going as East Islip trying to get their own gears turning. Down by 5, not 6, 5 in this second period. That began with them trailing by 2 and a big opportunity with essentially a 2-minute 5-on-3 power play that came up empty. Cusack establishes the zone. Intercepted by Cam Collins. Cannot clear. Long shot by Penny, blocked. Held in by Irizarry. Nice play here from Rodriguez. It's out of the zone. Tries to put it in. McCarthy does, in fact, dump in the zone. Irizarry. McCarthy races back to negate that chance. Held in by Cusack at the line. Cusack survives the stick check from Russo. And now plays it to James Penny. Penny goes wide. Penny centers. Walton the shot, he scores! And East Islip are on the board, it's 5-1. Got to shout out James Penny. Great individual effort. Centers one that eventually found the forehand of Nico Walton, who buries it through a bit of traffic in front. And East Islip break the shutout bid from Amarada. And now Walton trying to go at it again. He's taken down. The follow-up was just wide, and Brace will touch up. Will this be a penalty shot is the question. Well, East Islip fans want a penalty shot. I see the argument for one. It wasn't like the breakaway started at the blue line or anything. Fussa does go into the box for Sachem. East Islip will go to their fourth power play. Yes, Sachem, as it's been appropriately pointed out, have had 5 skaters out there. Beltram went to the bench, and he'll go back out on the ice. Finnemore goes to the bench. Nope, he'll stay out on the ice, and Beltram will, in fact, head off. As Sachem finally organized who is going to be out for the penalty kill, who will not. East Islip have been awaiting this face-off for quite some time now. And it's won back by Walton. Ivers just barely kept it in. Montori puts it down low. Patrick Penny battling Besendorfer. 15 seconds gone by on the power play for East Islip, their fourth. Atkins speeding out of the zone, battling a stick check from behind by Walton. Matter of fact, he drew a penalty. And this East Islip power play lasts 26 seconds. And we'll skate 4 aside for the next minute 34. Nico Walton will join Fussa in the box for the same infraction that he just drew, a hook. There's 54 seconds left here in the second period. Collins will take the draw for Sachem against James Penny. Won by Collins, swept around by Ivers. Montori along the far boards with some room to skate, far side out there. Coughed it up to Atkins. Atkins feeds it to Finnemore in the middle of the ice. Try to get back to Atkins. Sent back down ice by EI. 28 seconds to go here in the second. Nico Walton gets an additional unsportsmanlike conduct tacked on to the original penalty, so Sachem will have a power play once Fussa comes out of the box for 2 minutes. At least 2 minutes. Ivers' shot goes wide. 2 seconds and 1, and the second period draws to a close. 4-on-4 for another 39 seconds to start the third period. And Sachem will start the third period on their way to win number 16, leading East Islip 5-1 after 2. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network. Eventually, we got a JV over here I'm doing, and then I'm hopping over there for, should be a great one. Winner take all. Winner take all. Welcome back to the rinks in Oppog. Suffolk County High School Hockey League. Developmental level, and Sachem, who have been nearly unstoppable this season, coming off their only blemish on their record, a tie against Northport Huntington. They have responded well against here East Islip. They lead it 5-1. Still 4-on-4 shot. McCarthy scores! His second of the game, and the fourth overall goal from the Sachem blue line tonight. 6-1 before they ever get a power play. And there's that feed from low to high. Gonna make out it was Jackson Zub making that pass. McCarthy buries the goal. Mentioned he scored his 6th goal of the year earlier. That's his 7th. And Jackson Zub has a 3-point night. 45 points on the year. His second assist as that shot is denied by Grieve. Well, I feel like Greaves had a good game in his own right. A lot of the Sachem chances he has been able to stop. But Sachem opportunities just continue to pile up, and they're going to get a 2-minute and 27-second power play starting in just 2 seconds. So I'll tack on more time. to the power play here for Sachem. As we approach a minute gone by in the third period, Sachem leading East Islip 6-1. Finnemore fires it across to Ryan. Ryan tees up the wrister. It's in the jersey of James Penny. Gets it to his stick, sends it down ice. Again, I want to thank you all for tuning in, whether it be live or after the fact here on LI Sports Network. Either way, don't forget to check us out on social media if you haven't already at LI Sports Network. So much excellent content getting thrown up on there. Obviously, the two counties we cover, Nassau and Suffolk, their respective high school hockey leagues coming to a close in the varsity division with states nearing. Game 2 tonight, Belmore Merrick and Long Beach. That's a rematch of last year. And a rematch here in the Suffolk County High School Hockey League Varsity Division Championship between Smithtown Hauppauge and St. Anthony's. That game I'll be covering with Kevin Broderick, who's over on the North Rink. Fussa plays it across to Collins. And for the second straight season, after a drought of around 10 years, the Long Island Championship will get underway. Here's a takeaway by Ivers. Connor Ivers on the backhand now. Forehand. Great defensive play by Rodriguez, but it looked like he might have taken a penalty as the post got off its mooring. Here's another look. And Ivers just runs out of track as he's deep in the crease as he makes contact with Amarada while simultaneously being shielded by Rodriguez, who's engaged in a conversation with the official. He does go to the box.
That's horrible.
12:23 left. We'll skate four-side yet again. Roughing is the call against Rodriguez. That's Patrick Rodriguez. Fine line between great defensive play and penalty. Atkins immediately takes it out of the zone, cuts to the net. Nice move, Atkins. A rip, he scores! Jesse Atkins, exclamation point. 7-1 Sachem. His hat-trick goal. What an individual effort here from Atkins. Whoop, goodbye. And then, how about the zip on that shot? Grieve in good position, doesn't matter. As that thing was labeled for the top shelf, just underneath the bar. Beltram rolling back in. Sachem now short-handed for the next minute plus. A minute and 15 seconds it shows here. Try to get things adjusted quickly as Beltram trying to work it up the far boards. Plows into Flanagan. Flanagan goes down. Puck underneath him. Beltram flips it out of the zone. Montoria right back in. Montoria shot, stick save made. Amarada right back out in front off the stick of Besendorfer. And Besendorfer sends it out. Besendorfer wearing that Tradition 74 jersey. That's 74 in honor of the year the Sachem Hockey Club was founded, that being 1974. Schmalacher lugging it up the far side of the ice. Ianni putting a stick check on him. Sends one slowly around. McCarthy will rip it around. Ivers to himself. Ivers a wrist shot. Save made on Murata, and he'll cover up. .10:29 left. East Islip power play has just 5 seconds left on it. Rodriguez out of the box. Another failed power play attempt for EI. Penny keeps it in with the help of Schmalacher. This is it down the far boards. McCarthy cuts it off. Here's Ivers. Ivers a wrist shot blocked in front. Montori. Ivers shoots. Save made on Murata and the butterfly. Penny. Settles, shoots. Deflected, save on Murata. Ivers dices his way through. That chop of a shot goes over the net. McCarthy. Digging away in the near side. Can't quite get the puck out. Ryan pressured by Montori. Took it away. Montori backhands for Cusack. McCarthy there first. Schmalacher holds in on the far point. Down and around for Ivers. Ivers, a little backhander to the front of the net. Blocked, and Brace skates out. Brace to the backhand. Brace, far circles, settles, and removed of the puck by Schmalacher. Hits Ivers in stride. Has Montori and Cusack with him. Ivers cuts wide, out in front. Montori swiped away by Cusack. Not how you draw it up. Wrist shot, Ivers, glove save, Murata. 8:38 to go here in the third. Sachem in full control, up by 6 here on LI Sports Network. Face off to the right of Murata, skated out by Daniel Henn. Henn has Rodriguez going to the net. Henn on the backhand. Put one toward the front of the net, knocked away by Greaves' stick, and now Grieve will cover up. Over on the north rink, Longwood and Connecticut-Sayville, the Lions have a 4-2 lead. You can catch that game also on LI Sports Network. Paulie Panasonic and Kevin Broderick. Paul on the cam as usual, and Kevin on the call. He and I will link up for the varsity championship game tonight between Smithtown Hauppauge and St. A's. That shot just went wide off the stick of Rodriguez.
Go get it, bud.
Flanagan collects on the far side. Finnemore, great job to take it off his stick and keep it in deep for Sachem. See the East Islip JV team warming up and behind their goal right now. They're set to come out on the ice. They're not coming back. They haven't made it out yet. Rodriguez settles, wrist shot, high. Along the near boards. Escapes to center ice. Played on further by Patrick Rodriguez.
Go, buddy, go.
Finnemore. Establishes the zone, backhands one toward the front of the net for Collins. Collins, a shot blocked by Flanagan at the last moment. And then Henna, sharp angle try, scores. Sachem find their 8th. It is 8-1. Henn with the goal. his 8th of the season. Fifth most points for Sachem this year. Daniel Hen behind only Beltram, Atkins, Lovergene, and Zub. Here is Zub. Backhands one behind the back, out in front, rejected by Schmalacher. Held in by Besendorfer. Lovergene trying to plug it to the front. Does! Shot, score! Jackson Zub continues to have an incredible season. 9-1 Sachem, let the clock run. And Jackson Zub has a full house of points tonight. Lovergene gets the primary assist. My apologies, thought he had 5. It's listed as 4 right now. 2 goals, 2 assists for Zub. So it needs an assist or a goal for it to be the full house, as I like to call it. Hat trick for Atkins. Pair of goals for McCarthy, Andrew McCarthy. Daniel Hen has a goal and an assist. Rodriguez has an assist. And another excellent game for Sachem, and a season stock full of them. For East Islip, once again, unable to match their first result. There's Ivers, save made, Amarada. Out in front, they score! James Penny stops the running clock and makes it 9-2. Just kidding, the clock will still run. James Penny with goal. There's another shot denied by Amarada. James Penny, his 8th of the season, up to 21 points for the Chiefs. Fussa intercepted briefly, taken back by Rodriguez. Knocked away from Rodriguez there by Irizarry. Finnemore. Sachem called for offsides. Gadol Dig out there with Irizarry and Cusack. Forward line for EI. Cusack. Stabbed away. Flanagan, wrist shot, blocked. Here is Zary. Knocked away from him. Flanagan keeps in. Flanagan. Blocked in front by Fussa, and Fussa clears. So we're under 3. Remaining in the third. Rodriguez. Flanagan couldn't hold this one in. Sepulveda. Now Cusack to the front of the net. Sticked away by Amarada. Flanagan. A shot goes wide. Daniel Hen takes it around 1. Trying to get around Irizarry, cannot. Irizarry rolls in. Cuts wide on Rodriguez and shoots wide. Flanagan. In the feet of Rodriguez. Cusack in behind. Amurata will put the glove over it as we get past 2 minutes now remaining in the third period. Sachem going to improve to 16-1 on the year with at least a 9-2 victory over East Islip. Though the Chiefs trying to make it a bit more respectable. East Islip JV, as I mentioned, warming up on the south rink. They are in action against Smithtown Hauppauge JV Red as Besendorfer has it in behind. Sachem trying to collect their 10th of the game. Bank the long. Besendorfer and James Penny. Penny the shot. Save made on Murata. Shouldn't be lost in all of this how well Amurata has played tonight. Obviously, Sachem's offense putting 9 helps out, but he is great in his own right, especially when the game is closer. And now here as East Islip try to build on something in the next game. Four more points for Zub, extending his lead over the league in points. Schmelacher's shot through a lot of traffic, stabbed on, a save made by Amurata. East Islip JV taking on Smithtown Hauppauge JV, I mentioned in just a moment. That's a battle between the 4th place and 2nd place, respectively, in the JV division. St. Anthony JV Black tied with Smithtown Hauppauge JV Red for 1st place. And the only reason Smithtown JV are in 1st place is I believe they lost head-to-head. It's got to be. Otherwise, it looks like JV Red should be in 1st. But enough of that. Sachem in the DVL get their 16th win of the season. (9-2) over East Islip. East Islip will drop to 5-9-1-1 on the year and remain 3 points clear of 6th place Longwood. You've been tuned in to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network. On behalf of our cameraman Wally Mitchell, I am Ryan Brannigan saying so long. Until next time, as always, have a good night.